If you had $1 billion, who would you choose to invest it? Horry County chose this morning's guest to invest theirs. Meet him, coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at the Horry County Government and Justice Center. We're focused on the Office of the Treasurer, and we're visiting with the Horry County Treasurer, Roddy Dickinson.
Hey,
good morning,
Good
Treasurer
morning to you.
Dickinson.
How you doing today?
Do you mind if we call you Roddy?
That'll be just fine. I'd rather be called Roddy.
I love it. So
Yes.
what about this facility? This
It
place
is
is
a nice,
amazing.
nice facility. We've been here quite some time now, and it's worked out well for us.
Oh yeah. Sheriff Thompson was with us earlier this week, and I think he said y'all moved in 02 or 01, 02.
It's been
And
a few
so
years
almost
now.
a decade now, but it looks brand new.
Yes, sir. This building houses a lot of many different offices for the county, and people can come to just one place and do a lot of business for Horry County right here in this one spot.
And the treasurer's office is here.
Yes, sir. Right down the hall there. On that side of the parking lot, we got a drive-through. You can come in and pay your taxes at the drive-through, or you can come in and visit us if you like.
How many folks work in the treasurer's office?
Including myself, there's 40 people in the Horry County Treasurer's office.
Okay.
And we have about 4 different locations that people can come to the Treasurer's office. We're located in Surfside, got a location on Ciprico Lane, also a location on 21st Avenue in Myrtle Beach.
Great.
And we also have a location at in Stevens Crossroad in Little River.
Tremendous. So really spread up and down the coastline there
Yes,
for
sir.
folks. If they can't travel into Conway for whatever reason, the opportunity to be right there in Little River and Myrtle Beach or in Surfside.
And they can do anything that at these offices that they can do in the main office here in Conway.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That is tremendous. Well, we were with the clerk of court yesterday with Melanie, and she was highlighting that their facility down on Holmestown Road, you could only do a couple of things there, but they still needed to have a couple folks there, particularly for passports. It's incredible what all flows through the clerk of court. I'm sure in the same way, people are probably surprised when they find out what all happens in the treasurer's office.
We stay pretty busy all year, Greg. We go through a current tax collection period. We go through a delinquent tax collection period. We do vehicles every month, vehicle taxes every month. So we stay busy all year long.
I bet you do. Real quick about yourself, Roddy. Are you originally from the area?
I grew up in Mullen, South Carolina, which is just right across the river.
Right.
But I've been in Horry County since the early 70s. In fact, when we were kids, we would always come to the beach and enjoy the beaches down here. And back in the early 70s, moved over here to Horry County and been here ever since.
That is tremendous. Could you think of living anywhere else?
No, sir. I love it down here.
And your bride is an Horry County native.
She's one of the few that are here in Horry County now. She is an Horry County native. She grew up in Galvant's Ferry, which is right across the river here on Horry County side. And,
right.
And she's a nurse, and she's, of course, enjoys living here too as well.
Yes. Do you all have any children here in the area?
I got one son. His name is Kelsey, and he's a funeral director down at the beach.
Great, yes, at McMillan Small, a tremendous operation
yes,
there.
It is.
They've got to be proud to have him, and I'm sure he's very excited to be there.
I'm proud of him. He's done real well for himself.
Serving a lot of families, much in the same way. You're serving, obviously, all the citizens of Horry County. Your wife serving folks in a medical capacity, and your son serving families in a very difficult time in their lives.
Oh, for sure. And probably Kelsey probably has the most difficult time of all. Of course, time of death is a difficult time for everyone. But he does a good job. He's a lot like his mama.
I don't believe that. I'm sure he trained up a child. It comes from both.
Well, I hope so.
Yes.
I hope I had a little bit of influence on him.
I'm sure you did.
He does good.
Yeah, you think about that, and of course the opportunity and the fact that all three of you all are still here in Horry County and continue to do so many things here.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. We can't think of any place else we'd rather be. program.
That is wonderful, Roddy.
We enjoy it here.
Is there anything in the community that you really, of course, in your service role as treasurer, you stay very busy, and I'm sure you're out quite a bit. Are there any nonprofit groups or community organizations that you're really proud?
Well, I've been a member of the Kiwanis Club of Conway for many years now, and that's a service organization geared toward children. I'm also a guardian ad litem for Horry County as well. About a year or so ago, the guardian head came and spoke to our Kiwanis Club, and I was intrigued about what she was talking about and what she was doing for the children of Horry County. The Guardian program, if you're not familiar, is it's an agency of the state, but I'm a volunteer for them, and you act as a child advocate in court for children who have been displaced from their parents, either due to drug abuse or child neglect. They go through the courts, and you act as an advocate for that child. You keep up with the child's progress through the system, through Department of Social Services, through court, and you just represent the child on their behalf and make sure that that child is receiving all the care and the benefits that's due that child. It's a great organization, and I'm sure they need a lot more volunteers than what they have.
And it is all other than Sam Hodges, the person you highlighted that came and spoke to your Kiwanis group. I mean, it is all volunteer driven.
It's all volunteer driven. And I don't really know how many guardians, but I'm sure there's not enough of them.
Right.
Because there's a lot of needy children out there, for sure.
Golly, Roddy. Well, that is...
And I enjoy that. It's tough, but it's a good program, and I enjoy doing it for just to try to help the kids here in Horry County.
Yeah, that is tremendous. That is tremendous.
Program.
Well, you think about, of course, there's so many things you can get involved in, and the opportunity to be in one like that must be very gratifying.
It is very gratifying, and I enjoy it.
That's great.
Glad
Roddy.
to do it.
That
Proud
is great.
to do it.
Thank you for your service there. How long have you been employed with Horry County?
I've been around Horry County now since 1984. Greg. I've been in Horry County government for a long time now. I spent about 14 or 15 years with the finance department of Horry County.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough to be deputy director of finance about 6 of those years. And then after that, I got the opportunity to go to work for our previous treasurer, managing the business license and hospitality fee departments for the county.
Right.
And then once he retired, I was fortunate enough to become treasurer of Horry County back in 2004.
Golly, what was that like? And you actually run for this office. This
Yes,
is an
I do.
elected office.
This is an elected office. I run every 4 years. I run on the same cycle as the president's cycle here.
Right, right. What was that like?
It was exciting and stressful.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's an experience that it's hard to describe, but then again, it's very rewarding. You get to meet a lot of people.
Right.
You put yourself out there in front of people. You take the criticism, and you take any type of accolades you might be able to conjure up for yourself. But, it's a very rewarding. Very rewarding.
And of course, so many folks, they get this tax bill, they look at you and they see this Roddy Dickinson tax, they just think tax collector.
Well, that's what I do. That is the main function of the Horry County Treasurer, is to collect the taxes billed by Horry County government.
Right, right.
But there's lots of other things that are involved within the Treasurer's office other than collecting taxes.
Yeah, well, let's get into some of those.
Sure. Now, some treasurers in the state only collect current taxes.
Okay.
However, here in Horry County, I'm responsible for collecting both the current and the real taxes. I mean, current and delinquent taxes.
Right.
Excuse me. After a certain time period, if they're not collected within a certain time frame, then they go delinquent. We go through a process, and then if they're still not paid, we have to actually take them to tax sale and sell the properties at tax sale.
Right.
I'm also responsible for investing all the excess money of Horry County government, Horry County School District, Solid Waste Authority for Horry County, and the airport for Horry County. We invest all those monies.
Tremendous. That's quite a bit of money there.
Probably in Horry County, probably close to $1 billion actually runs through this county office every year.
Golly, did you say $1 billion?
More, at least $1 billion.
That is wild.
All that penny money we get for our road money here.
Right, riding on a penny.
Riding on a penny all comes through our office. We hold this money, and then as the county needs it, I disperse that money back to the county to pay their improvements that we're making.
That is tremendous, Roddy. Had you ever thought when you got involved in Horry County government in the finance department back in '84 that this county would have north of $1 billion flowing through its coffers at any point?
Horry County has seen tremendous growth in the last, since I began working in Horry County back in '84. We've had really great periods of time where we've grown.
Yeah.
Last few years have been a little stale, like most places around the country. But Horry County has done well over the years. It has really done well.
What was it that prompted you to originally decide to run for treasurer?
Well, I was working for the previous treasurer at the time.
Right.
And
who was that, by the way?
Johnny C. Allen.
Johnny Allen. Johnny's
a good friend of mine. He was a great treasurer as well.
Yeah.
He decided to retire. And he all brought us into his office and said, I'm retiring, I'm not going to run.
Right.
Is anyone in here who would like to run for treasurer? I sat there a few minutes and just thought about it and kind of ran through my head a little bit. And I said, you know, I can do this. Didn't have a clue how to run for any type of elected office, never ran before.
Yeah.
After that meeting, I went out and I saw a young lady by the name of Janetha Jones. I said, Janetha, I'm running for treasurer of Horry County. I appreciate your vote.
Yeah.
And that's where it started, and I'm still here today. So
and
it's
Janetha gave you the vote?
I hope so.
To the best of your knowledge,
best of my
she
knowledge.
said, Roddy, I supported you.
Right. I hope she did. But she was the first person I saw. And, you know, it's hard asking people to vote for you.
Oh, yeah.
Asking
them for help.
Asking
You're saying,
for
I
help.
need your help.
Need your help. And that's how I got started. And, you know, here I am, still here.
That is tremendous. Golly, you think about that. Now, was there anyone else when Johnny made that offer to the whole staff? Was there anyone else who thought, well, you know, I can do that too? I mean, did you have friends in the office? Well,
there was the staff in the office.
Right.
I think there was one other young lady that had thoughts of running, and later on I heard that they did a little poll in the office on who would you choose as treasurer. I think I beat her 8-1, so or 8-2 or something like that.
That's a good sign.
So that was a good sign there. So,
but
you know, that's just the way it works out, I guess.
Well, and folks, you all ultimately still have to work together, whether she's with you still or not there in the office. I mean, ultimately, you all have to continue to work together and smile and support each other. And if something happened to you, she may be a great candidate or someone entirely from the outside. Is this a position that someone from the outside could run for, or is it really something that you need to have experience in the treasurer's office to be able to be the treasurer?
Anyone can run for any elected office there is.
Right,
It's helpful if you understand what's going on in that office.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately, I have a great staff. I do not, by any means, do all this by myself.
Oh, yeah.
I got 38, 39 other people that help me in that office. They're very talented people. They understand what we do. And they do a great job for Horry County. They really do. I depend on them tremendously. And all the credit goes to them.
And of course, so many things, as you said, business license and hospitality fees, one of the aspects that a lot of people probably don't think about, but small business people, small business owners think to themselves, well, you know, I don't share with many people what my gross revenues are in a year, but Roddy Dickinson and his staff know about it. I mean, there's a lot of sensitive information that flows through your office.
This is true. And as far as business license goes, back in 2000, Horry County developed a business license ordinance, and I started that particular office. Johnny asked me to run it for him.
Is that right?
And whenever there was 2 people in business license office, and nobody in the unincorporated areas of the county had a business license. So it's my job. So I went to everybody I could go to get them get a license. And now we generate about close to $5 million a year. For my business license program.
That is tremendous.
And we send out 10,000 to 12,000 business licenses a year. So
Boy,
it has
Roddy.
grown over the years as well.